Well, hello everyone. I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US. And I'm here to bring you a live paper crafting class. And this is a special class. We have a whole week of craft along videos starting today. So if you've caught some of the other ones from the group that I'm teaming up with in this event, then you know the cards that we are making today. Excuse me, I still have my cold. But if you have not seen any of those, then these are new to you. And what's kind of fun is if you hop around to all of our different videos, you can see the different ways that we teach them too, right? So it's fun. I've seen all these names chiming in on, where you're from and how you're doing. This is so fun. I love it. Alaska, gosh, where else? St. Louis, St. Paul, yay. So thank you for tuning in on a Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. It is Monday, March 30th, 2026. And this is Hello Spring Craft Along, day 1 of 6. So we are going to dive in and we're going to explore these 2 bundles, which were released with the March online exclusives, and we're going to create with them all week long. So if you have purchased the kits that go along with this, whether it's the full kit or the partial kit, great, you're in good hands because you've got your tutorial with you, you've got your supplies ready with you. If you did not, that's okay too. You can purchase the tutorial. There's a link in the description of the video if you'd like to purchase it. It includes measurements, photos, written directions, supplies for all 12 projects for this whole entire week. Or you can just enjoy these free videos and learn and enjoy and craft along with us as we go. Okay, so let's go to the desktop, shall we? We're gonna move down here and I'm just gonna show you the cover of our tutorial bundle. It's a thick one, you guys. We got lots of pages in here. And these are the demonstrators that are participating in this craft along with me. We have Rhonda Wade, Melissa Faust, Jennifer Hill, Erica Serwin, and Ange McKay. And we're going to go in order of how you see our pictures. So today's projects are going to focus on the ones that Rhonda Wade contributed. We are using 2 bundles in the craft along. So we're going to use, and I have one of them, let's see, oh, there we go. So we have Scalloped Wishes, which is this stamp set and the coordinating dies. Today we're not using them actually. I'm going to set those aside, but we will use them tomorrow. And then we'll be using the Help Me Grow bundle. We also have, along with those 2 products, lots of other supplies, and those are listed in the linked blog post. So if you go to my video description and you click on the link to the blog post, you're going to see, and I'm going to pull it up so you can see it on my computer here. You're going to see a blog post that looks like this. Let me get this view out of here. Okay. So today's blog post, and it's going to stay there the whole week. I mean, you'll be able to see it anytime. But if you scroll down to here, you can see this is where the video area begins. And right below all of those video links is a list, a helpful list of everything that you would need in order to participate along with us. If you've been following along on my blog posts, if you've been following along on anything that I've been sharing along the way here, hopefully you know these things and you've got them ready to go. And then down at the very bottom, past this card inspiration that's using the bundle we're using today. That was a fun card to make and a funny card to make because we went through lots of chaos with that. But this is a visual supply list of everything and they're clickable. So you can see we use lots of different dies and punches and papers in all 12 of the projects. We're not using them all today, but if I list something or I mention something, go over here in that link in the video description so that you can click on those products and shop them if you'd like to. Okay? So there they all are. Lots of them. Let's go back to the desktop and begin, should we? Yay! Oh my gosh, I love reading your comments, you guys. And thank you, Judy, for the reminder on the thumbs up. Yay. Okay. Super. Linda, she goes, I'm sorry, you're still fighting your cold. It's a stubborn one. It really is. It's like, it's hung in there for well over a week and a half. And, but I have energy, so I can't complain there, right? We're going to make a couple cards. Let's start with this one. It's a really cute card. it actually has some pockets inside. So we're gonna play with that one first. And then afterwards, we're gonna make this one, which has a fun trifold in the front. So Rhonda made some cute cards, didn't she? Tomorrow, by the way, if you're gonna return, we're gonna make these two projects. These are the ones that I designed for our craft along. I also wanna mention that those of you that did get in on the craft along kits, I hope you're enjoying your trowel, your little shovel for gardening, and the weather is getting so much nicer now, so you can do that. You did get a packet of seeds along with that, and we're using that in our first card. And then, oh, my cute little tag that fell apart here. Hang on. Let's see if I can fix that. Your little tag on your tote. There were some gummy worms in there. Your embellishments that you needed, your ribbons that you needed were all inside there. And then, of course, you received your packet of papers, too. Inside this bag is all the pieces that you didn't need to purchase in order to craft along with us. So these are dies from other sets. So these are ready to go. There's even little punch outs for cattails that we're going to use tomorrow. I recommend, because this bag is the bag that I sent my people that purchased, because this bag is long, I recommend just kind of trimming it and then removing some of the pieces. It might make it easier. It's a nice long bag. There are a couple dies in there that we're going to use today. And then you got some specialty like foil type paper and some vellum. A pack of the mixed patterns paper, not a pack, a half pack, I should say. A half pack of the wood, what's that one called again? Wood grain Wonders paper. And then inside this, and I want to point this out before we begin our first project, are the cardstock sheets, 24 cardstock sheets, and they are in order of how I listed them in the blog post. So let's say you're not as familiar as I might be with Stampin' Up! Colors. You can go to that blog post that I just shared with you, the one that was posted today, and here's my website again. And you can look at the list of colors because I put them in order for you in your packet that way, okay? So let's say you don't know the difference between, say, Granny Apple Green and Old Olive. Well, this is Granny Apple Green because it's the second one listed, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Let us begin. All right. Hey, yes, Paulette is chiming in. She got her goodies. Awesome. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching after the live, that's totally fine too. These are going to sit in my video collection as all my other videos do. You can go back several years and watch old videos if you want to, you guys. These will not go away. These are for you. All right, let's start with grabbing our Berry Burst cardstock. So we want some of this. We're gonna go in order. Starting with the first two projects today. We're gonna go with the Berry Burst cardstock, and we're gonna use pretty much a full sheet for our card base. So, are we ready? This is so fun. I actually did make these ahead of time. I told myself maybe I'll just kind of like learn them as I go and do the videos, but I couldn't handle it. I decided I needed to give these a go before the video went live today. So I have practiced these once. These are Rhonda's, remember, these are Rhonda Wade's projects. So I had to create them so I knew what we were doing. Okay, you're gonna score your Berry Burst cardstock, which is 8.5 by 11, in half in both directions. So we're just gonna set it up at the 4 1/4 inch mark and put our scoring blade through there, turn it in this direction and score at 5.5. Okay, so we've separated it into, got a piece of dust that won't move, into 4 different quadrants. Okay, you can see where they're at if I kind of fold on those lines. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold with our bone folder nice and sharp, okay? So let's take our bone folder, and we wanna give it nice, hard, crisp creases. And I'm actually gonna go in a couple different directions here, both directions I should say, because I want to break the fibers of the cardstock. This is gonna have some extra layers in it, and we want them to lie flat as flat as possible when the card is closed, okay? Thanks, Mary. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing in the other direction. I love it. Kathy's ready to go. Yay. And if you didn't purchase the kit, I hope you're still enjoying these videos this whole week, just as you would all my other ones, because I don't send kits for my other ones, right? So you can still watch and enjoy and purchase later and create. Okay, so we've got our cardstock folded in those two directions. And now what we're going to do is we're going to remove a lower portion here. It's going to be kind of a V shape, so that when we fold this up, we're going to have two little side pockets here. So we're removing this middle section. Now, when I did that today, I thought, wouldn't it be smart if we just kind of like folded it like this and then cut it? So we're going to do that. We're going to take our trimmer. And remember, if we fold it up like this into a card, here's where our V is on this side and on this side. These are the pockets. Okay, and so we want to remove this middle portion. So to remove the middle portion, we're going to fold it and we're going to cut. Okay, we're going to go from middle down to the outer side. Lay it in your trimmer like this, so that you've got your channel of your trimmer lined up with the smack dab middle portion of that cardstock. And then bring these two outer corners to line up with the rest of the channel of the trimmer. Hold it nice and steady. Lift your blade so it's starting in the middle. You don't want to push against an angled edge. And then we're going to come out and come out. And we're just slicing that so that now we've removed those areas. All right? Save this because you're going to use scraps too. In fact, for this card, we will be using a portion of that for a scrap. Now let's glue this down with our multi-purpose liquid glue. And I have to show you because I just got this from the Country Hive. Look at that stinking cute glue holder. This is their latest from thecountryhive.com. So fun. And these are like some spring ones that I just enjoy. I have all these sitting out on my desk. They're little glue holders, you guys. Thecountryhive.com. I just love it. Put those over here for now though. Okay, so we're gonna take our glue and we're gonna put a thin line, just a nice thin line, right along that edge and right along this edge, the two long outer edges. And the closer you can get to the edge of your cardstock, the better, because you'll have more room to put things into those pockets. So we'll fold these down and then we'll hold them still. Okay. This is fun, Maureen. Are you having a great time? I'm glad that you're chiming in here too, that you're with us tonight. I always forget to fold the bumpy side in or out. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter because we fold it in both directions for this card, but typically I keep the bumpy side in because the broken fibers when you fold, when you score, are on the part that gets in, pushed in, right? So that's where you want, then you want it to fold, you want that to be on the outside because the fibers are broken, okay? All right, so now when we fold this over, see how nice that lays because we did all of that fiber breakage in both directions and it's just so nice and smooth. So it's perfect. All right, let's take our designer paper now. I believe that's the next step. And if it's not, well, then I'm going out of turn. Let me look. Yep, designer paper is next. Okay, now you can certainly, if you've got all this stuff in your hands, you can certainly change it out, but I'm gonna follow the directions pretty much as shown because I want to make the most of my supplies that I got. So we are using this paper and we're also using another one in here that's got pink on it. It is, where is it? Hang on. Excuse me. Oh, I might have to go to my other table because I might have misplaced it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this one here, it has little tiny polka dots on it, pink polka dots. And then we're using the one that has the like little diamonds. There's like pink and a very subtle diamond pattern there with the flip side of old olive with a light old olive scallop line going through there. So these are the two. And set those over there for now. Oh, didn't grab them all. Here they are. Okay. So for these, we're going to take the one with the polka dots and we're going to cut a 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece from that. Okay, we'll set that over here. So that'll go on the front of the card. And then for this piece, we'll cut the same. We'll cut a 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece. But we're going to do something special to this one. We're going to cut it diagonally. Okay, so we're going to have a pink pocket and we're going to have a green pocket. And I'm going to cut it in this direction, but you could certainly flip it and cut it in that direction if you'd rather. It will make a difference. So if you're cutting it in this direction, your pink pocket is going to be on the right and your green will be on the left. But if you do it this way, it'll flip and it won't look the same as the picture if you have the tutorial in front of you. So I'll cut it like this. Again, start in the middle or somewhere in the middle when you're going against an angle or a corner. You don't want to be cutting right into it. So we're going to cut away, come back in, cut away. That one will lay this way and this one will lay this way. And then it says, adhere both sides of this angled paper. And, oh, and then we're going to cut a white piece too. So let's go ahead and adhere these two pieces. I'm going to flip them over, add my glue, and I might even bring out the precision tip bottle because Rachel works better with the precision tip bottle. Although, Rachel, you just did a really nice line there. Oh, look at that. Maybe we have control over our squeezing of our glue bottle today. And this will get placed in this on this side. Okay, and just hold it steady for a little bit. This is a fun idea for a card too. I mean, you could put money in here. You could put Band-Aids in here. I mean, what else could go in a flat pocket? A note, photos. You could certainly put like photos in there from a trip or something. Now, because it's a card and it's not like a booklet where it has a bigger binding or anything, you can't put a ton in there, but you could put, you know, maybe a few layers of something. Okay, and this one's going to go on the other side. Now, also, if you're, bugged by the fact that the pockets are different colors, which I think is kind of cool, but if that bugs you, you could cut a second rectangle and then just have, the same thing on each side. But I like this. This piece is going to get glued to the front, and we might as well do that now. I know I'm not going in order right now, but we might as well just do that now. A little tip, if you are a fan of tape like I am, the seal adhesive kind of tape or whatever, or even tear and tape, glue goes a lot further. You can get a lot of cards made with glue. Oopsie. It lasts a long time. So I'm trying really hard to use more glue. Oh, good. I'm glad you're excited about these. Bury the worm. Are you talking about the gummy worm that came in the kits? Are you supposed to bury the gummy worms? I don't know what you're talking about, Carol. I must have missed part of the conversation. I look tan? Oh, no, I haven't been outside. Thanks, Jen. Jen, it's good to see your name. Oh, my goodness. This is fun to read comments, you guys. I get a kick out of the conversations that happen. Okay, so we've got that ready. Now, let me make sure I'm reading the directions right because I don't want I don't want to go in weird orders here in case you're following on the tutorial. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Did that. Stamp. Oh, we got a stamp. We got to do our white piece now. So we're going to take some basic white cardstock. And if you're looking at that full packet of paper, the basic white is the white that's in the middle. There's 3 sheets of those. So we'll grab one of those. And we're going to cut a piece that is 5 inches tall by 3 3/4 inches wide. 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay, so we have that piece and we're going to stamp on it. So our next step is to take our Berry Burst ink. We'll open that up and we'll grab the flower stamp that is part of, is this the bundle right here? Yes, okay. So we're going to be using this stamp here and we're going to stamp that entirely in pink. So just ink that up like that. And you can stamp it in the lower left corner. Now on Rhonda's tutorial that she shared with us in this packet, we have, it looks like she glued it down. I didn't ask her, but I decided to keep it loose and stick it in the pocket. So you could do it either way. You could glue it right down to that pocket and then it can have, of course, a hidden pocket back here. But I flipped this over like this and I stuck it in like that for mine. So it's up to you what you want to do. We're going to put this ink away and we'll grab our, the other ink that we're going to use on this is Early Espresso. So we'll have that one sitting out. Okay. So I did stick this in here like that for my finished card. Let me see if it tells us to do the, nope, we're not doing that yet. Okay. Adhere the pattern paper to the front, adhere a 1 by 3 3/4 inch piece of Wood Grain Wonders. So now we're going to get our Wood Grain Wonders paper out, which is this really fun new paper. This is so cool, you guys. Check this out. I think I have all the sheets here. I used up one. I'll just go ahead and show you from this paper here. Okay, do you see how we've got all 4 colors? On the back side of this one is this color. On the back side of this one is this color. On the back side of that one is this color. So you really have 2 of each of these sheets in a way. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. I like that. So I'm going to grab this sheet and we're going to cut out a 1 by, and it's actually going to be a little bit shorter. I think we had a mistake in our tutorial. So I'm going to cut out a 1 inch piece here. 1 inch, and it's going to be by 3 1/2. It says 3 3/4, but I think from the image on the front or in the photos that Rhonda shared, it's 3 1/2. So that's going to get stuck here. And continuing with the directions here, we're going to stamp our greeting under there. So I think what I'm going to do is before I stamp my greeting, I'm going to do my die cutting. So I'm going to move ahead to step number 7. So step number 7 is die cutting. And it's die cutting all of our pieces so that we can assemble the cute little pot. Let me show you the finished card again. That's on the front. It's under here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, I found it. Okay, so here's the finished one again, if we look at that. So because, I mean, I can look at this and kind of guess where the words are going to go, but let's say you're at home and you can't necessarily measure, right? So I'm going to cut out all of these pieces so that we have our pot prepared on this before we glue anything down so we know exactly where we can stamp that, okay? Pretty much everything on the inside is done except we're going to add an embellishment. So we'll just ignore that part for now and work on die cutting our pieces. So for our dies, and this is one of my favorite new die sets, you guys, I'm just loving this one. We're going to grab the one that looks like these, like this set of leaves. We've got 2 pots here. We want the inner pot, And we want to have this bunch of flowers. There's 2 of them, but this is the one we want, the one that's larger, and it actually will create 2 collections of flowers. So we'll grab those and we'll grab our cutter again and cut some pieces. We need a scrap of, and I'm going to move my designer paper back here with that pack. We need a scrap of our Granny Apple Green. We need a scrap of our crumb cake. And your crumb cake would be more towards the middle. There it is. And we need a scrap of Berry Burst. And Berry Burst, as you recall, we used for our card base. So we can just use this piece here. And I'm going to cut right now because I haven't created all these cards yet, you guys. All these projects, I should say, 1 through 12 are not done yet by me. I've only done today's and the ones that I designed for tomorrow. So I am going to really be careful as I cut these pieces because I'm not sure how much we need. Melissa Faust was the one who created all of them. She goes, we have plenty, but I just want to make sure. So I'm going to cut this to 2 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to cut just a 2 1/4 inch piece here by 2 1/4. So I'm using just a portion of that cardstock. All right, so that one's going to work in there when we cut it out. And then for the crumb cake one, I'm going to do a 2 by 2. I know, I'm just trying to be careful because I don't know how much you guys got. Oh, are you having fun with these? You know what's really neat is making other people's cards. You're right, Susan. Leaves are my favorite. Okay, so we got a 2 by 2 for this one. And then we need just a little bit of that Berry Burst. So we're just going to put that on there like there and just slice a little corner off. Okay. All right, we're ready to die cut. Let's grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And when we put things through the machine, just make sure that you don't have straight edges going straight, you know, bluntly in. You want to kind of angle stuff. So I'm going to angle that. Boy, I cut that just the right size. You could probably go to 2 1/2. And then we'll put that one on there and we'll pass them on through. And just keep your finger on there to hold it flat until your last die is held down so it doesn't shift on you. I cleaned my room today, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. And you may not be able to tell because there's still a pile back there, but I am so proud of myself. I had such a mess in here from being sick, from coming back to, from on stage. Just, you know, the craft along products that were piling up when I was getting things ready to ship out, and it was kind of a crazy mess in here for a long time. Oh, and my pins. I'm selling pins. So things were all over. It was so nice to tidy. Okay, so we have our pot that came out of the die already. For these, you could use your die brush adapter little thingy. Let's just do that. Let's just get a take your pick tool with a die brush on it. And when you use these, there is a foam piece that comes with them too, so it kind of helps. You can just kind of run it on the foam. But as long as you got a little pokey thing going through the holes on your dies, you should be able to remove. So there's my tree or plant. Guess it's not a tree. And there's the 2 clusters of flowers. Okay, let's assemble this just a little bit. And I'm going to use the precision tip on here because we got a tiny little area here. I want to know who's doing this along with me. How many of you are crafting along with me? Just going to stick that into the pot right there just so that I know how tall it is, okay? Let's zoom in. Okay, now we can do our little guesstimation of where to stamp. So I'm going to lay these down. This is the cutest little card. I love it. And that gives us plenty of room down here. Maybe shift it up just a little bit higher. So, and then I think I'm going to open up my card like this to stamp it, so we don't have that fold in there. There is a slight angle, if you recall, there's a slight angle going this way, but we're stamping below it. A smart thing maybe would have been to stamp on the paper before we added it, but that's okay. It's going to work because it worked earlier today. Inking up our, oops, let me bring it into view. Inking up our words, love you bunches, with our early espresso ink. And we're just going to stamp that right about there. Just eyeball it so that's straight. Excuse me. All right, and then we will clean off that stamp. We're trying to keep things clean as we go. This is the Stamp and Scrub, the Stamp and Mist. If you would rather use a chamois to clean, you could do that too. I'm a scrub and mist kind of girl. Those chamois scare me because they get dirty so fast. All right, let's close up our ink. And let's finish up this card. So now we can take and add this with our seal adhesive, with your multi-purpose liquid glue, whatever floats your boat. And you have those little dots that are on the paper, so you can see, you know, where, if it's straight or not. You like, Jen, okay, so Jen said she likes to slam the dies on her table. That is also a great way to get dies out. I love that. My friend Vicky taught me that way, and she said she learned it from Erica Sermon. So we just keep passing along good ideas to each other, don't we? Okay, this piece is gonna go on flat, but you could put it up on dimensionals if you want to. I just think it's gonna be a little putsy if you wanna do all those dimensionals. So I'm just doing glue. I'm just gonna glue it on all up. Like this. Just put a little glue back behind most of the areas here, just a little touch here and there. Okay, don't have to glue it all, just most of it, or half of it, I should say. And then we will lay that down so that it looks pretty balanced with height. Yeah, that looks good. And so it's straight. Yay. Okay, now we get to add some flowers. I'm gonna add this little collection of flowers. I think I'll do that with the precision tip bottle because these are tinier. And my precision tip bottle needs some cleaning on the tip. We had really nice weather here today. It was so nice. My husband grilled for dinner. We had the windows open. In Minnesota, that's a rare thing, right? Right around this time of year, it's rare, but we enjoyed it. Yay. I'll add those little flowers as if they're growing into the plant there. And then these, I'll do the same thing. We'll add those, but we're gonna make them as if they fell out of the pot. Okay, kind of like my flowers upstairs are doing now. They're falling all out. All right, and those are lying on the table. Hey, Judy. All right. Okay. Next, what do the directions say next? We've got that all die cut. We've stamped the greeting. We're gonna tie a bow. And I decided to bring in a bow maker for that because it's gonna make it so much easier for me. So we're gonna bring in, and I have like just a little strip of this stuff left. Because I really, really love the bows that happen when you use bow makers. I have a couple bow makers, but this one was the one I could find today. All right, so once you've done a little bow, and you can tie it with your hands, you can tie it with a bow maker like I just did, doesn't matter. Trim off the ends. Now you have a cute tiny little bow to go onto the front of your pot, your flower pot. And we're gonna add that with a glue dot. And I can think of a few friends of mine that I could give this card to who love to plant flowers. It's that time of year. So the little seeds that came in your packet, this is the perfect card to add them to if you want to give them away to somebody. And then we just embellish with the, I think they're called garden epoxy dots. Garden epoxy dots. Now I've used a few on mine already, so I'm hoping that these will last throughout the week. I didn't buy a fresh pack for these videos, so cross your fingers, you guys. If not, we'll just have to substitute towards the end. But I'm going to use the take your pick tool, get that gummy end going here, and we will add, let's see here. I might have to buy more of these. We're going to add a couple yellow ones just because I felt like this is the part where I felt like changing it up, because there is a yellow one on the inside. So I thought, well, we need some yellow ones on the outside. So we'll have a floaty little yellow one up there. We'll have another yellow flower down here, as if there's yellow flowers that are subtle in there. And then we'll put a pink one down here like that, kind of like a little asterisk. And then on the inside is where we can put this solid one in the middle of that flower. We can grab our seeds, stick them in that pocket, write a note here, and we have a really fun card to give to our gardening friend. Okay, so we have that. Yay! Should we work on the next one? We did it, you guys. High five. All right, next one. Let's do Rhonda's other card. This is also a fun fold if you think about it because of the trifold portion on the front. So I'm just going to flip in my tutorials to go to the next page. And I'm sorry I can't share these with you, but those are things that we are sewing. So I'm just using them as a guide for the people who have them in front of them. I'm just walking you through your tutorials, but all of you who are watching the video, you can also just watch the video and learn how to make them. Okay, for the next card, which is going to look like this, we need some Secret C. We need some more of that diamondy designer paper from the Mixed Patterns pack. We need a fun big size of this paper for the front of our card and some basic white. We had some basic white from our last card, so we might as well pull that in. We can prepare that one. That one is going to be 3 by 4. So let's cut a 3 by 4 piece from that. And we need our designer paper. I'm going to bring the stack over. Sorry, we've got quite a stack over there. It's going to get smaller as the week goes on, but right now we need to grab some of, which one is it? I think it's this one. Yep, this one here. And we also need, I think it's this one. Yes. Okay. All right, so for this one, this wood grain one, oh, that's really big, sorry. For the wood grain one, we're gonna cut a piece that is 4 1/4 inches tall in this direction. And let's see, how do I want my wood grain to look? Where's that card again? Okay, so the wood grain is going up and down on this one, but you could make it go the other way. Just know that it's gonna look the same on the front and the back, depending on which direction you go. And I think she had the same thing where it was up and down. I'm just gonna go with it right here. 4 1/4 inches for the height. That's the height of it. And then for the width, we want it to be 9 3/4 inches. Like that. We're going to score this so that it's folded into 3 parts. So 9 3/4 divided by 3 is 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/4, right? So we want 3 1/4, and we'll score it. And then we want another 3 1/4, which makes that 6 1/2, and then we'll score it. Or you could flip it around and score it 3 1/4 inches in from the other side. Either way, you've got that much in each section. But because this is a trifold, and then when we fold these into each other like this, you might have a little bit of buckling. And so Rhonda does mention this in her directions, that it will help a little bit if you trim off just a tiny bit on this edge. So I'm just going to cover up the dark part of the channel of the trimmer there and do a little slice to remove about 1/16 of an inch. And that will help us to have no buckling. It's just got a nice flat look now when we fold that all shut. Okay, so this is the front of the card. This is going to get put in there like that. This is a layer for the front of the card, and we want to cut that down to 5 1/4 by 4. It's already 4 from our last card that we did. This piece is the perfect size for our last piece, which is going to be 3 1/4. 3 1/4, I think it is. Yep, 3 1/4, because that's going to layer onto the front of our folded piece here. So we have those. We just need Secret C. So I'm going to grab my pile of cardstock here and pull out a new color, Secret C. And we're going to cut 1/4 of a sheet for this. 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, and that's going to be the base of the card. It does not open because the part that opens is on the front of the card here. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked that style. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the directions and we're going to see where we're at. We did number 1. We cut and scored the piece of Wood Grain Wonders designer paper and folded it. We're going to glue down now that white piece on the inside. So let's go ahead and do that next. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it with seal adhesive. That's going to get stuck down on the inside here, like that. And because there's a lot of bright lights in the studio here, so I sometimes can't see exactly where those fold lines are. Let's just create some shadows in there, Rachel. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay, so there we go. That's on the inside. And then adhere the 5 1/4 inch piece of mixed patterns to the 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 inch piece of Secret C. So we'll do that next. We've gotten through step 3. Oh. Long for the inspiration. Totally fine, Tina. Love it. Join me every day this week because I love company when I'm doing these lives. So thank you guys. Hey, Elena. That's how you say it, I think. Chiming in from Southern California. Oh, good. You know, I'm doing 2 different times this week. I'm doing a 7 p.m. for 3 nights, and I'm doing an 11 a.m. for 3 days. So hopefully I can hit times that work for a few of you. The next thing that we're going to do, it says to stamp onto the textured note piece. Now, if you were part of the group of people that got the kit pieces, then you have a little baggie or cellophane bag full of cut out or punched out pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. Don't lose even pieces like that. Those are important too. So get all of your pieces out, and we're going to look for I hope this one has complete pieces in it. I think it does. I had a couple kits left over, and you know, those are the ones I wasn't quite sure if I had everything in. All right. There it is. Okay. So this piece is one that we need. And if you are crafting along and you don't have the supplies in front of you, you will need to take out your second from the largest die from the textured notes. It's the second from the largest, and die cut a piece like this from basic white cardstock. We've already done that. The class participants have already done that. So that piece is ready to go. I'm just going to set that over here. We're also going to grab from here, and I'm going to stick these little cattails back on here so we don't lose them. That was from my card design, you guys. Rachel had to bring in the tiny little cattails. Sorry about that. I'm gonna stick these back in the bag because we'll need those. All right. Oh, we have our windows open. Can you hear the sirens? We live by a slightly busy street, you guys. Okay, so we've got our two pieces. We have a punched heart, and the heart comes from Bubble Bath cardstock. So this might have been something I forgot to mention in the supplies. Bubble Bath cardstock if you want to punch out the heart. Oh, Rachel forgot that. So there's the heart punch. Punch it out from Bubble Bath cardstock. I might have to edit my stuff in the blog post. There was bound to be a few mistakes here and there. I will correct as we go. Okay, so we have all of those pieces, and we are now on to step 4. It says that we, oh, hang on a minute. Step 4, adhere the back and the middle panel of the front of the card with the flap closed. Oh, we didn't do the stamping yet, did we? Am I on the right thing? Adhere the back. Oh, we didn't adhere this. We have to adhere this. Okay, this goes on next. So we have our trifold. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to add that to the front of our card so it's centered like that. And then the back in the middle. Okay, good. Now we're going to take and add the Mixed Up Patterns DSP to the front. That's this one. Then we're going to stamp on the textured notes. I went way ahead of myself, you guys. It's like, why didn't I do these steps yet? So this one's going to go about an inch from the bottom. About an inch. Maybe like 7/8 of an inch. Okay, so that one goes there. Elena, thank you. Thank you, Elena. And now we'll stamp with Secret Sea ink. So we're going to grab Secret Sea ink. All right, and we're going to stamp a sentiment from the Help Me Grow stamp set. This one here in Secret Sea. And it fits just perfectly onto this white piece. And I noticed that my Secret Sea is a little low on ink, so I'm tapping it a little extra, more than I probably need to. Stamp that on there so it's right justified onto our piece that's die cut. And I'm going to clean this off. It's a busy neighborhood right now. Are you guys hearing the sirens, or is it just me that's hearing them? Anyways. Okay, we've got that. And we're going to stamp, let's see here. Oh, and we're going to add that to the piece of designer paper. So this is going to go right here so that these edges here are the same, about 1/8 of an inch. But this one on this side is a little wider. Okay, so it's stuck down like that. That will give us room for our potted plant because we have another potted plant on this card. All right, now we're gonna grab some scrap of white. Here's our scrap of white. And we're gonna ink with the pad that I just closed up. So I'm gonna open this up again. And we're gonna ink up one of those little plant markers, you know, those things that identifies what kind of plant it is. I'm gonna stamp off onto some scrap paper. So let me grab some grid paper scrap here. That way our table area will still remain clean. We're going to ink this up. We're going to stamp it off once and twice. And I think that's going to give us a nice light look here. There we go. We wanted a nice light blue. So there's that. And all right, and then we're gonna die cut that. But before we die cut that, we might as well get our other pieces out that we need to die cut. So we need some Secret Sea scrap for the pot. We need some old olive We've already punched out the heart. And so just those two colors, let's grab them. We have some Secret C left over from our paper that we just cut, so we'll use that. And then we'll grab from our pack, Old Olive, which is towards the back. These are gonna start to get out of order, by the way. So, so you could take and label all of them if you're not sure of the colors that you have. Just write lightly with pencil or stick Post-it notes on them. I'm going to cut off just a portion of this Old Olive so we can get it into our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm gonna cut about 3/4 of an inch because that's how much we need for this die. So 3/4 of an inch by 8.5 gives us a nice skinny strip for cutting out some plant stuff. And then from here, I'm gonna do another 2x2. I think I'm just gonna cut it straight across. 2-inch piece. Okay, and this will be for our pot because we need that pot again. So that will come in here. I'm going to put some of these away on my magnet sheet here. Okay. So we need this one. This is the one that looks like a little plant marker. And we're going to die cut all of these. So let's move these off to the side. Let me clean this one. Okay. Where did my stamps all go? Oh, they're over here. All right, so let's move these. Bring that heart over. And bring the machine back in. And platforms. Here they are. Okay, for die cutting, we need plate 1, die adapter plate number 2, cutting plate number 3, which I've trained to be upside down. And then let's position everything in here. So we want our pot. We want our plants. And those can pretty much sit still, but I'm going to use a sticky note to hold this one because we have already stamped it. So I'm just going to put a little sticky note across here to kind of hold that die in place. All right. Here we go. Let's crank it on through. Hi, Stacy. Looking forward to the many live notifications. Yay. All right, let's put this out of the way and separate out our pieces, which already separated out here. You know what I think is interesting is this die comes with tiny little innards. It has these little tiny green, like splotchy center things. I'll show you here. Let me pull one out. And I don't know, because again, I love the look of plants, but I don't know plants. But do you think that this would go maybe in the center, like that, like it would go on top? And what does that do? I don't know. I'm leaving them off, but it's kind of cool. Maybe these, oh, maybe these are flowers too. That's probably it. So you could turn these into flowers, right? You know, it's funny how many things I say during a live that afterwards I realize, well, that was stupid, Rachel. So these could be flowers, and those could be centers of flowers, I bet. You know what I mean? Like you could totally turn this into a flower. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Well, we're gonna have them be leaves. So I'm throwing those away there, and we'll get these scraps out of the way, get our die out of the way. And here is our little plant marker. Perfect. Perfecto. This heart we can immediately put onto the plant marker. Identifier, plant marker, identifier. What do you call it? A sign? Plant sign? And that's just going to go like right there with a glue dot or glue, whatever works for you. And I'm not going to actually use all of these because they're not all going to fit in the pot. But you could, I mean, you could make your plant be higher than the one that I'm making. Let me stick these back onto my magnet sheet. Okay. Next, what are we on next? What step are we on next, gals and guys and everybody who's following along? Stamp the stamp label, did that. Cut the secret seed pot, did that. Oh, and assemble. So we're on step number 8. We're assembling now. So we can stick our little sign into our plant, our pot here, and arrange our leaves, our plant inside of it, like that. I like that. So let's flip it over and let's add dimensionals to the back side here. We'll add a couple there. And I think I could get away with just using dimensionals to hold all this down. Maybe. Excuse me. All right, so we've got that. Peel off the backings. See how we didn't use all 3? But again, you could put that to make it a higher up plant. I think you could stick it here if you want to. All right, so this is gonna go onto the front of our card. Now, when you add this to the front of your card, I just wanna point out that this edge here, if you put it beyond this folded edge, you're not gonna be able to open your card. So we are going to add that to the front of our card, but we're gonna tilt this up a bit before we stick it down because we wanna be able to open our card up, right? Okay, so that's on there. And next we have, and that sign is a little higher than maybe I should have had it, but that's okay, it's already on there. Okay, next we're going to add, we're just gonna embellish with our ribbon and our matte dots. So these are the matte dots that coordinate with our new Delicate Dreams suite, and they are just so pretty. So they come in the white, the Secret Sea, Old Olive, and Crumb Cake. Natural matte dots is what they're called. And then we'll be using this ribbon. This is the Secret Sea bordered open weave ribbon. And I'll do the same thing, just because I'm into the bow maker today. I don't know why. So we're gonna do a little bow here. Okay. I just like the cuteness of these bows. All right, so there's that one. Look at how cute they are. And we've got to trim off the ends. Okay, we have our bow done. We're gonna add that with a glue dot to the front of our pot. And it looks like Rachel needs to remove some of this excess. We're gonna add that down here. Like that. It's so cute. I love it. You help me grow. And then we need some of our navy, and you could choose whatever color here. I mean, you could do like, even the crumb cake would go well because the inside has crumb cake, right? I'm gonna go ahead with the navy. I think that's what Rhonda did on the front of hers. Maybe she did white and navy. I think she did a combo of white and navy. Whatever floats your boat. And we'll do another one, do a big one down here. Okay, I did it. We did it. How many of you did it? Plant markers or labels? Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Yeah, these were again designed by Rhonda Wade. I think they're stinking cute too. I'm kind of liking my plant marker a little further in. Maybe I can, before it adheres, let's do some little surgery here, shall we? Can I still pull it up? No, I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it down deep. I'm doing it, you guys, because I want that in a little further. There, I like that better. All right, so there is that finished card. So fun. Let me pull both styles out here. Have that one opened up so you can see the inside and the outside, and we'll zoom out. And the inside and the outside. Gotta have the seeds in the inside showing one though. Go like that and like that. Look what we made today. Do you have people in mind that you're gonna give these cards to? Because we don't wanna just make cards, we wanna give them too, right? We wanna brighten people's days. We wanna make, show our love, share our love. Send them out. Make the cards, but send them too. I'm glad you enjoyed these. So we have another craft along tomorrow. We have one that is going to feature the 2 projects that I designed for the craft along. So we'll be making this card and this box. And so I hope that you're able to tune in. It's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time at this same channel. We have some things happening. This is the end of March, as you all know. And so on April 1st, which normally they do the first Tuesday of the month, and I thought for some reason until today, I finally figured it out that Tuesday, or the 1st of April, which is when they're going to be releasing some new stuff, like the new kits, collection kits, and mentioning the last chance refresh list, all that stuff. It's happening on Wednesday this time. Maybe it's because they didn't want to wait till April 7th. I don't know, but all of that's happening on Wednesday, April 1st. So new kits collection kits will be released. The new product of the month will be released on April 1st. That's going to be that Eyelet Blooms die. I think some of you have seen that already. And then I'll have all the information on it in an email. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter so that you can get those emails. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's go over to my computer and I'll show you. So when you're on my computer, or on your computer, you're going to go to, well, just click the banner, but home, and go to subscribe. And subscribe will take you to where you can subscribe to my blog posts and my newsletters and all that so that you can get information. So you can see when I post, all that good stuff. In fact, I have an ordering special coming up in April. So you may want to go over to my website and check that out. What else do I want to talk about? The craft along continues. So make sure that you're tuned in and that you're able to follow along. I think that's it. I think we've shared enough news for now. I hope that you had fun, you guys. This was so much fun for me. All right, I will let you all go, and it's already past the hour. So take care, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow early. All right, bye. Now I'd like y'all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.